Ever wondered how to cook the perfect steak at home? Well, the secret lies not just in the quality of the steak, but also in the technique. It's an art, a skill that requires precision and patience. The journey to a perfect steak involves 4 key steps: selecting the right cut, seasoning it just so, cooking it to perfection, and finally, letting it rest. Each step is crucial and plays a vital role in the final outcome. To get started, you need a good quality steak. So, how do you choose the right cut? Choosing the right cut of steak is the first step towards a delicious meal. In the world of beef, there's an array of cuts to choose from, each with its unique characteristics. Let's delve into 3 of the most popular cuts. First off, we have the ribeye. This cut is rich, juicy, and full of flavor thanks to its marbling of fat. It's perfect for grilling, bringing out its robust taste. Next up is the sirloin. Leaner than the ribeye, it still packs a punch with its decent marbling and beefy flavor. It's versatile enough for grilling or pan-searing. Then we have the filet mignon, the cream of the crop. This cut is tender, lean, and subtly flavorful. Best prepared pan-seared to preserve its delicate texture. Each cut has its unique charm, so it really boils down to personal preference. Now that you've chosen your cut, it's time to season your steak. Seasoning your steak properly is crucial for bringing out its flavors. Now, you don't need a pantry full of spices to do this. The basics, good old salt and pepper, will do the job perfectly. High-quality sea salt and freshly ground black pepper are your best bets. These 2 simple seasonings enhance the steak's natural flavors without overwhelming them. Start by patting your steak dry. This helps the seasoning stick better. Then sprinkle an ample amount of salt on both sides of the steak. Don't be shy with it. The salt does more than just season the meat. It also breaks down the muscle fibers, making the steak tender and juicy. Follow up with a good crackling of black pepper. Timing is crucial. Season your steak at least an hour before cooking. This gives the salt enough time to penetrate the meat, ensuring that every bite is flavorful. Just remember to keep it at room temperature. With your steak seasoned, you're ready to cook. Cooking your steak to perfection requires attention and precision. So let's get to it. Whether you're firing up the grill or prepping a pan, the process remains the same. First, you'll want to bring your steak to room temperature. This allows for even cooking. When the steak is ready, heat your grill or pan to high heat. We want it smoking hot. Why, you ask? Because high heat is the secret to that restaurant-quality sear we all crave. It's the difference between a good steak and a great steak. Next, it's time to get cooking. Lay your steak in the grill or pan and let it do its thing. Resist the urge to move it around too much. You want to give it time to develop a beautiful caramelized crust. After a few minutes, flip the steak and repeat on the other side. Now, how do you know when your steak is done? Well, there are a couple of methods you can use. The first is a meat thermometer. For a rare steak, aim for an internal temperature of about 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Medium rare, you're looking at 135 degrees, and for medium, aim for 145 degrees. No meat thermometer? No problem. The touch test is a handy backup. To do this, simply press the center of the steak with your finger. If it's soft and spongy, it's rare. If it springs back a bit, it's medium rare. And if it's firm, it's well done. Remember, steak continues to cook even after it's removed from the heat, so it's best to pull it off a few degrees before it reaches your preferred temperature. This is called carryover cooking, and it's a game changer. Once your steak is cooked to your liking, there's one more crucial step to follow. But we'll save that for the next scene, where we'll talk about resting your steak. Trust me, it's worth the wait. Resting your steak is the final step to ensure a juicy and flavorful meal. This might seem like an unnecessary pause in your race to devour that delicious piece of meat, but trust me, patience pays off here. Let's explore why this is so crucial. When you cook a steak, the heat pushes all the juices towards the center of the meat. So, if you cut into it immediately after cooking, those tasty juices escape onto your plate, leaving your steak not as moist as it could be. Now, if you let your steak rest for a few minutes, those juices get a chance to redistribute themselves throughout the steak, ensuring every bite is as juicy and flavorful as possible. Consider the resting period as the steak's personal time to relax and absorb all the flavors you've introduced during the cooking process. It's like a mini spa session for your steak. And there you have it, the perfect steak cooked right at home. Cooking the perfect steak at home isn't as daunting as it may seem. We've walked through the steps together, and now you're equipped with the knowledge and techniques needed to take on this culinary adventure. Let's revisit the journey we've taken. First, we delved into the realm of beef cuts, exploring the unique characteristics of each one. From the tender filet mignon to the robust ribeye, Understanding the different cuts is the initial step toward mastering the art of steak preparation. Next, we dived into the world of seasoning. We discussed how salt and pepper can enhance the natural flavors of the steak, and we also touched on the use of other herbs and spices to add a personal touch to your dish. Remember, seasoning is all about personal preference, so don't be afraid to experiment. Then, we moved on to the cooking process. We learned about the importance of a hot pan for a beautiful sear and how to achieve your preferred level of doneness. We also discovered the magic of basting with butter and aromatics to infuse the steak with rich flavors. Lastly, we emphasized the crucial step that is often overlooked: resting your steak. This allows the juices to redistribute, resulting in a moist and flavorful bite every time. So, there you have it. The roadmap to cooking the perfect steak is now in your hands. Remember, the journey to perfection is paved with trials and tastings. So go ahead and give it a try. You might just surprise yourself with how easy it is to cook the perfect steak at home.